I want to talk to you about cargo van startup cost list. I want to give you the startup cost you need to consider for your cargo van business. I mean, starting a cargo van business can be really lucrative, but you got to be aware of a few costs if you want to really succeed real fast. Okay, so here's an overview I want you to pay attention to. The thing is that basically you have a range of startup costs when it comes to cargo van business that you got to really carefully consider. So, from vehicle acquisition and insurance to branding and technology, the initial investments required can be significant, especially if you are in a geography that's pretty competitive. Like if you are in New York or LA versus in Dover, Delaware, the costs are different. Okay. Now, I want to share with you, let's say, 10 startup expenses that are actually crucial for you to have a successful cargo van delivery operations. Now, when I speak about expenses here, the first expense I want to share with you actually, it's the startup cost. So, when launching a cargo van delivery business, there are several startup costs to consider, right? I'm speaking here about acquisition of cargo van, the insurance coverage, the branding and marketing aspect of things, technology, permits and licenses, facility setup, the equipment, the initial inventory, and employee hiring. If you are an owner operator, if you're by yourself, okay, no problem. But if you have a fleet or if you have one cargo van and you want to hire a driver, you have to really have a hiring process in place. So in terms of vehicle acquisition, you have to really, I will explain later on what I really mean, but I just want to quickly go through this so you have a clear idea. So for vehicle acquisition, you can purchase or lease. For insurance, you're talking about commercial auto, general liability, workers' comp. For branding, you're looking at logo, website, marketing materials. For technology, you're speaking about delivery management software, GPS tracking, and so on and so forth. You are speaking about permits and licenses. I'm speaking here about business, commercial driving, zoning. For facility, you have warehouse, garage, or dispatch center. For equipment, cargo racks, dolly, packing supplies. For initial inventory, I'm speaking here about packing materials. You have fuel, maintenance supplies, and for employee hiring, you're speaking about drivers, dispatchers, and customer service. Okay. So let me first talk to you about vehicle acquisition. So cargo vans purchase or lease. So here you are looking at $20,000 to $50,000 per van. So $20,000 to $50,000 per van. So just keep that in mind. So the first and perhaps most significant startup cost for a cargo van delivery business is actually the acquisition of cargo vans. So you have two primary options: purchasing the vehicles, or leasing them. So each approach has its pros and cons, and so you got to really think about what works for you. Okay. So consider factors like cargo capacity, fuel efficiency, and maintenance history when selecting cargo vans to purchase. Explore financing options such as business loans or leasing to manage upfront costs of purchasing cargo vans. And so now, leasing cargo vans can be an attractive option for startups with, let's say, limited capital or those seeking more flexibility. So, and lease agreements typically range from 24 to 60 months with monthly payments that can be $500 to $1,000 or more, depending on the van's features and the lease terms. And leasing allows your business to upgrade your fleet more easily because if your delivery needs evolve, you can do things seamlessly without the burden of long-term ownership. So this is important. So regardless of the acquisition method chosen, the cargo van delivery business must ensure that the cargo vans are properly insured, maintained, and equipped to handle the demands of the delivery service. The initial investment in vehicle acquisition can have a significant impact on the overall cost and the long-term financial sustainability of the business. Next, you have insurance. So here I'm speaking about commercial auto. You have general liability and workers' comp. So you're looking at here $5,000 to $15,000 per year. So this is something to really think about. So as a cargo van delivery business, you got to have insurance. You can't. It's mandatory, by the way. So you need to secure several key insurance policies to protect your operation and ensure compliance with with local regulations. So you gotta have that. So consider actually bundling your insurance policies with a single provider to potentially save on premiums. Review your insurance coverage regularly and adjust limits or even deductibles as your cargo van delivery business grows. Okay. You also want to implement robust safety protocols and driver training to help minimize insurance claims and also keep your premiums low over time. Next, let's talk about branding. So, branding, I'm speaking here about logo, website, and marketing materials. So, here I'm looking at 2,000 all the way to $10,000 per year. Okay, and so when you think about branding here, so you got to have a strong brand identity, especially if you are in a very competitive space. Okay, let's say you are in a city or a state that's very competitive. So consider actually incorporating design elements that evoke speed, reliability, and professionalism to align with the cargo van delivery brand. So building a professional websites for your cargo van delivery business is another essential document and essential investment rather. So here you are looking at $1,000 to $5,000, depending on the complexity of the site and whether you opt for a custom design or a pre-built template. And your website should showcase your services, highlight your fleet of cargo vans, and provide easy to use booking and tracking capabilities for your customers. You want to ensure that your website is mobile friendly and optimized for search engines to attract more potential clients, right? You have to really have that sort of digital, let's say, for digital convenience. So, in addition to your logo and website, you need to create a suite of marketing materials such as business cards, flyers, and promotional items. This can cost an additional $5,000 to $2,000, depending on the quantity and quality of the materials. So, consider incorporating your cargo van imagery and branding throughout your marketing materials to create a cohesive visual identity, and you got to have that. Okay, so you want to think about technology. So technology here, I'm speaking about delivery management software and GPS tracking. So here you're looking at $1,000 to $5,000 per year. Okay, $5,000 per year. So let me break it down for you. So when you think about technology here, you got to really understand that basically you are looking at what you're looking at. GPS, you're looking at delivery management software. So you want to invest in the right technology and ensure the GPS tracking system integrates with your delivery management software for a more comprehensive solution. And also explore you want to explore options that offer features like real-time alerts, mileage reporting, and driver behavior monitoring. Next, you want to think about permits and licenses. So here I'm speaking about business, commercial driving, zoning. So here you're looking at $500 to $2,500. Okay, and so basically obtaining the legal permits and licenses is really a critical step in launching a successful cargo van delivery business. This includes securing the appropriate business licenses, commercial driving permits, and ensuring compliance with local zoning regulations. And so navigating the regulatory landscape can be complex, but it's really essential to ensure the smooth and legal operations of your cargo van delivery service. It's one of those things where certain cities and certain counties have more regulations than others. So you have to really familiarize yourself with your city and state's sort of regulations. You To start, you want to register your business with the state and local authorities, which may involve obtaining a general business license, a sales tax permit, and potentially other industry-specific licenses. So depending on your location, the requirements can vary. So it's important, again, to research the specific regulations in your area. If you are in New York, for instance, versus you are in Delaware, you are in Massachusetts, you are in Chicago, it really depends. So next, remember that your drivers will need to possess the proper commercial driver's license to operate the cargo van legally. And even though a CDL is not always required to operate a cargo van, okay, so the specific license requirements can depend on the size and weight of the vehicles. So be sure to check the local regulations. Also, if you do a OTR, you're gonna need actually authority and a CDL potentially. Additionally, you may need to obtain specialized endorsement such as those for driving vehicles with air brakes or carrying hazmat. Finally, you need to ensure that your cargo van delivery business is compliant with local zoning laws. This may involve securing the necessary permits for operating, let's say, a commercial vehicle dispatch center, warehouse, or garage. And zoning regulations can really dictate the type of activities allowed in specific areas. So again, you want to research and obtain the appropriate approvals before establishing your delivery business like this year. So bottom line is you want to familiarize yourself with a specific business license, commercial driving, and zoning requirements in your area to ensure that you are fully compliant. Consider consulting with a local business attorney or regulatory expert to navigate the permitting and licensing process more efficiently. Factor the cost of obtaining the necessary permits and licenses into your initial startup budget, so because they can significantly depend, they can affect your budget, at least at the very beginning. Next, you have facility. So you're looking at warehouse, garage, or dispatch center. So I want you to really budget $1,000 to $5,000 per month. Okay, per month. So basically, what am I saying here? One of the key startup costs for a cargo van delivery business is actually the facility where you'll be located at. Okay, so this can include a warehouse, garage, or dispatch center. So this type of facility that you choose will depend on the size and scope of your operations, as well as your budget and business needs. Now, you can actually start at home. You don't have to. You don't need a warehouse, garage, or dispatch center. But if you do, you have to account for the additional cost. For a warehouse, you need to factor in the rental or purchase cost, as well as any necessary renovations or upgrades to accommodate your cargo vans and delivery operations. Warehouses can provide a centralized location for storing inventory, packing supplies, and other equipment, but they may also require additional staff and overhead costs. Alternatively, a garage can be a more cost-effective option, especially if you have, let's say, you have a smaller scale cargo van delivery business. Garages can serve as a base of operations for your fleet, providing space for, let's say, vehicle maintenance, storage, and dispatch. However, and this is a big however, you need to ensure that the garage meets all zoning and safety requirements for your business activities. Okay, be very clear there. A dispatch center is another option for your cargo van delivery facility, and which can be a dedicated office space or a shared co-working space. The dispatch center serves as the nerve center of your operations, where you can coordinate deliveries, manage customer orders, and communicate with your drivers in a seamless manner. So while a dispatch center may have a lower overhead cost compared to a warehouse or garage, you'll need to ensure that it has the necessary technology actually and communication to support your delivery operations. So regardless of the type of facility you choose, it's essential that you factor in the associated costs, okay, such as rent, utilities, insurance, and any necessary renovations or upgrades. So you also have to think about equipment. So here I'm speaking about cargo racks, dolly, packing supplies. Here you're looking at $1,000 to $5,000 initially. Okay, so let's talk about that. So as a cargo van delivery business, having the right equipment is kind of crucial to ensure efficient and safe operations. That's for sure. So when you think about cargo racks, dolly, and packing supplies, it really depends on the kind of load you are planning to haul. So cargo racks, for example, cargo racks are a must-have for any cargo van delivery business. So this sturdy, adjustable racks allow you to securely store and transport a variety of packages and goods. So depending on the size and configuration of your cargo vans, you can expect to spend between $300 to $800 per van for a quality cargo rack system. What about dollies here? Now, dollies are invaluable for loading and unloading heavy or bulky items. So investing in 2 to 3 industrial grade dollies can cost you around $100 to $300 per dolly. depending on the weight capacity and features you require. You also have to think about packing supplies. So, packing supplies from boxes and bubble wrap to tape and labels, your cargo van delivery business will need a steady supply of packing materials. So, you want to estimate an initial investment of $500 to $1,000 for a basic, let's say, inventory of packing supplies to get your business started. So, consider actually purchasing reusable packing materials like plastic, totes, or heavy-duty bins to reduce waste and cost in the long run. Invest in a packing workstation or a table to streamline the packing process and ensure efficiency, especially in the long run. And you want to look for bulk purchasing opportunities to get better prices on frequently used packing supplies. So, equipping your cargo van delivery business with the right tools and supplies is an important startup cost that will directly impact your operations and also customer satisfaction. Next, think about the initial event and then initial inventory. So, packing materials, fuel, maintenance supplies. So here you're looking at $2,000 to $10,000. I'm still going through the cargo van startup cost, okay, cost list. So when I speak about the initial inventory, this is another very important sort of cost item. So when starting a cargo van delivery business, you want to consider the initial inventory required to keep your operations running smoothly. So here I'm speaking about what? Essential packing materials, fuels, and maintenance supplies needed to service your customers effectively. So for packing materials, you need to stock up on a variety of items, such as let's say boxes, for example. So boxes, you have bubble wrap, packing tape, and protective padding. So depending on the size and volume of your deliveries, you may need to invest, let's say, $500 to $2,000 worth of packing supplies to start. Now, it really depends again on the kind of load you want to haul. It depends on the geography where you are at, like the city and states where you are at, and what kind of expectations shippers have vis-a-vis your cargo van delivery business. So consider buying packing materials in bulk to get better wholesale prices and minimize your initial cost. Invest in durable, high-quality packing supplies to reduce the risk of damaged goods during transit. Because, see, the thing is that fuel costs can quickly add up for a cargo van delivery business, as your vehicles will be on the road consistently. So you want to estimate an initial fuel budget of $1,000 to $3,000 to cover the first few months of operations, depending on the size of your fleet and the average distance of your deliveries. If you're doing like a last mile, that's even more. If you do a middle mile delivery, it's a little like it's decent. But first mile delivery, it's a lot easier and cheaper. So in addition to fuel, you need to account for maintenance supplies such as oil, filters, tires, and other replacement parts. Plan to allocate $500 to $1,500 for these items to ensure your cargo vans are well maintained and road ready. So establish relationships with let's say local auto parts suppliers to get the discounted rates on maintenance supplies. Consider investing in a fleet management system to actually monitor vehicle usage and optimize actually a maintenance scheduling. So finally, you have employee hiring. I'm speaking here about drivers, dispatchers, customer service. So you are looking at $30,000 to $100,000 per year. Okay, this is something to really think about. So depending upon the experience that you're looking for. So one of the most crucial startup costs for a cargo van delivery business is actually the cost of hiring and training the right employees. So basically, you want to have the right employees to sort of represent your company and also to maintain the reputation of your brand. Okay. So when I speak about the right employees, I'm speaking here about drivers, dispatchers, and customer service representatives, and those are actually the backbone of any successful delivery operation. So the cost of hiring and training these employees can vary widely depending on factors such as your geographic location, the local labor market, and the level of experience required. So think about $30,000 to $100,000, okay? So hiring drivers is a top priority as they are responsible for the safe and timely delivery of your client's goods, right? So if you have loads and they're not delivered on time, this is a problem. So in addition to drivers, you need to hire dispatchers to coordinate the daily operations of your delivery fleet. So this is something to really think about. Finally, you need to staff your customer service with the right folks to handle inquiries, manage client accounts, and address any issues that may arise. So by the way, you can actually outsource the back office task to a third party sort of company, and they'll take care of it for you. So if you are, let's say, you are a solopreneur, you are an owner operator like a solo, and you do not want to have like a, you do not want to really, you do not want to constitute a back office. You can outsource this part and just focus on getting the loads that you need. So I just spoke to you about the cargo van startup cost list. Okay, so the total cost goes from 62,000 all the way to $200,000. So when you add those nine costs, I mean I said 10, but there were actually nine. So those nine costs: vehicle acquisition, insurance, branding, technology, permits and licenses, facility, equipment, initial inventory, and employee hiring. You are looking at 62,000 all the way to a $200,000. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.